Hello everybody, I thought I'd have another Mohammed Hijab video review. This one refers to camel urine as medicine.
Today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about a contention, a misconception, a misnomer, something which you'll find in some of the anti-Islamic websites or in anti-Muslim or anti-Islamic apologetics. The claim that, look, your religion, they say, is a religion which says that you have to go and drink the urine of camels and the milk and urine of camels. What kind of medieval practice is this? We've come a long way by way of pharmacology and medicine, and look, your religion wants to bring us back to the dark ages. And what are they basing this claim on? They're basing this claim on a hadith in Sahih Bukhari where some individuals came to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ having some kind of a disease and complaining of severe pain and torment from that disease. And they came to him and he advised them to go and drink the urine of the camel and drink the milk of the camel. Now one might argue that this is completely, unscientific. And why would he do such a thing? Why would the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ do such a thing? Is there any kind of scientific backing for this at all? Well, first and foremost, we need to understand that this hadith is not am, it's khas. It's not general, but specific. It was specific to those people in that time, in that place.
This is the first line of apologetics, by saying it does not apply to today. However, the human body has not really changed much in 1400 years, so we can use our current understanding.
So those individuals that came there, the question is, what might they have had? What kind of conditions might they have had? No, we can speculate. We can say that they might have had edema or some kind of fluid buildup in the stomach and in the liver. We can make those things because camel urine is rich in potassium.
Dates are high in potassium. Why didn't he offer them if he is so wise and benevolent? Isn't that better than drinking camel urine?
And it's also rich in albumin.
Do you know what else is a better source of albumin? How about every other food and drink, especially meat and eggs?
And quite frankly, urine is something which we find in some medication. I mean, Premarin is a medication which takes in as part of its one of the components of this medication is the urine of mare, pregnant mare urine.
We don't find urine in some medication. Premarin is extracted from the urine of pregnant horses. It's used to treat the symptoms of the menopause. For your explanation to hold any merit, you'd have to show that Muhammad recognized women suffering from the menopause and advised them to drink not just camel urine, but the urine of pregnant camels. Of course, he didn't have such foresight, which just shows how embarrassingly inept this explanation is.
But it's not to say that we as Muslims, when we're not suffering from anything and we have all of the facilitation by way of medical advancement in the 21st century, should be going and drinking camel urine and going to drink the milk of the camel.
Why don't you draw a distinction between camel urine and camel milk? Camel milk does have health benefits. Why not just drink that?
The evidence of this is so clear in the Quran. Go and ask the people of specialism if you don't know. The Quran says, thereby giving authority to doctors.
And all those doctors would tell you you'd be absolutely stupid to drink camel urine. This review article, which I have linked in the description, couldn't conclude any benefit from drinking camel urine and suggested additional studies. It's important to note that this review was funded by the Deanship of Scientific Research of Qasim University, which would have a vested theological interest in trying to promote any health benefit.
This is not a general kind of directive from the Prophet or prescription of the Prophet. This is a specific kind of remedy for a specific kind of people in a specific kind of context.
The only time anybody should drink camel urine is when they are at the point of death from dehydration and there is no other water-containing liquid available.
Really, there's no way you can go in this criticism, because what can you say? That potassium and albumin and calcium, whatever is in the cocktail of prescriptions that the Prophet ﷺ told those individuals would have had no relieving effect for absolutely any disease that can come in. You can't make that claim, unfortunately.
You can make that claim. You just need to understand that food and water are much healthier and they were available at that time.
You'd have to say, for you to have a kind of valid scientific argument here, if you want to call it that, you'd have to say that this cocktail of prescriptions that the Prophet gave to those individuals would have been useless in any disease that those individuals would have had.
Or you could point out that there were better alternatives, like a balanced diet.
And that's an impossible claim because we know that there are nutrients. They're nutrient rich, those things, that cocktail of things that we've just talked about, the camel urine and the milk.
Again, why aren't you making a distinction between camel urine and camel milk?
So, unless you want to be brave enough to make a claim like that, which can be easily refuted, and has been, really, if you think about what I've just said, then I would say, stop being immature.
He signs off this video with typical bravado, despite being shown to be completely wrong.
The joke is on you, oh detractor, because the truth of the matter, the reality of the situation is that the Prophet and Islam gives us clear directives to go to those who are specialists in the field, including, of course, medical professionals. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And all those medical professionals would tell you to not listen to this guy and not drink camel urine.